Going live. Hey, and we are live. Nice. So as I said, at this point I can only hope that to the streaming gods, I can only pray that everything is going to work fine. I'm so stoked, honestly. My heart's pumping. Because this is our second live stream and we are coming out with a better setup now. And also I can hop into the VR now, so it's gonna be more awesome, I guess. And sometimes I'm just going to move around the headset in order for it not to go to sleep. And also, I just gotta, say at the beginning that all these stuff are new, and if I have any kind of problem with like the microphone or the VR or stuff like that, I'm going to try my best to just quickly fix that. But yeah, and also my English is quite rusty. I haven't spoken in English in like the past 2 or 3 weeks. So if I need time to think things through, please be patient with me. I'm gonna get there, okay? And yeah, so what I plan on was to go through your questions first that you had at the thread on Discord. And after that, I'm just gonna hop into Shapelab and quickly show you guys stuff that maybe I already mentioned in the previous live stream about mirroring and cloning, or like stuff that I use for my workflow. It's not gonna be very thorough because we have limited time, but I really hope I can give you guys some advice on how to get things started. And also, you might have a sneak peek at the next spring artwork that I'm planning on for our Steam artwork. So, yep, let's just start it, because we don't have much time. Okay, so Mr. Mustachio 43 asked, what decides the importance or priorities of new features? Well, I'm gonna peek at my notes because I was very thorough with these questions. Okay, so right now our main focus is on covering the essential features of classic modeling. So everything that you use in modeling softwares, we want to go for that. In order for this, we need the tools that a professional would use inside a modeling software, and so that's why we are focusing more on these stuff rather than creating a game-like stuff, because obviously we are a modeling tool. And if inside of this pool there is a higher demand for something, then obviously it's going to jump up in our hierarchy, so that can also influence what's coming next. And yeah, we also do think about whether something is more efficient in VR or not. Then that also influences our decisions. And yeah, we also consider if something is inside another app already or not. So we also like to try things out that are unique for Shapelab. But yeah, there is also, I gotta say that we are a very small team. There is like 5 or 6 of us continuously working in Shapelab. So we really have to allocate our time wisely. And for this reason, sometimes features that are already done or need less energy can be implemented earlier. And yep, I think that's all for this question. Next question, would a feature roadmap of what's coming would be considered? Well, we're not planning on releasing a public roadmap. And the reason for that is for us to function financially as a company, we have to work on other things too. Shapelab is super important to us. This is our passion project. And we wouldn't really want to make promises that we cannot live up to, This is really important for us. So we don't want to make like huge claims and just leave you guys hanging, But anyways, I can still share some of the things coming in 2023 or some of the things that we are working on. So, and also we are going to like frequently update you guys and try to communicate as much and as frequently as we can. So in 2023, we'll examine the possibilities of making a standalone version, as well as a desktop version. We are working on multi-select, parenting or grouping, scene hierarchy, whatever you call it, and transform options, both numeric and gizmos, subdiv levels, and as always UX updates and fixes. This is obviously not in publication order. I'm only saying that we are working on these. Okay. Any chance of a Steam workshop? We looked into this. We haven't really considered or put any more thought into this. But yeah, right now we're all of our energy goes into development. But if there is a high demand for it, we can consider it and talk about it later. Okay, next up. Andre Kling asked if a collaboration mode is planned or a standalone version. Plans to add retopology mode and if AR mode will come in the future. Okay. I'm just gonna hop back to my notes. So about collaboration mode, we are not planning to make Shapelab multi-user in 2023. But as I previously said, standalone is on our radar. For retopology mode, we always had a discussion about retopology because we find that vertex editing would be very comfortable in VR. So we are working on ways of implementing this, but we really have to think about, we have to smart about this too. And also because of recent feedback, it has hopped up on our hierarchy list. Obviously, I forgot to say, but we do have an inside roadmap, which is more for, to make our development road more easier. And and for AR, we are not planning on AR until there is like a device that has an efficient way of projecting the picture without any kind of lagging. So, yep, I think that's all about these questions. Is there anything else? Did I miss something? Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly check if you guys can hear me. Oh, okay. Your English is very good. Thank you. Why Unity? I think that was the easier choice, honestly. I think this is a lot of other applications use Unity, and it was just, went hand in hand, the two of this. But also, I have to note that I'm a 3D designer at the company, and I joined a year and a half ago. And if there are any questions about something related to development, I can only answer most precisely if I have previous discussion with any developers or our product owner. But if you guys have any kind of technical questions inside of Shapelab, like how to do stuff, then I will probably be able to help you guys. Okay, but if there is if I say something that is not true, that is my fault, and I would just have to ask my colleagues first, and then I can give you guys the true answer to that. Okay, but right now let's just hop into Shapelab, and I can show you guys some more inside. Okay, and from now on I'm gonna be semi-blind. But also I can see if you guys write anything to me. Just gonna put it here. Amp up the gain a little bit. Yep, just like this. Just like this. So hopefully you guys can hear me like this. If not, then there will be some troubleshoot later on, okay. Okay. So I'm currently seeing what you mostly see when you, most of you see when you load Shapelab up, but I cannot hear myself quite right. I need to give a little bit more gain. Yep, just like that. I understand that this might be a little bit noisy. We're working on it, so this is just gonna be for now. But yeah, what I first wanted to show you guys inside of Shapelab is what I tried to explain in our last live stream is that yeah, right now there is no symmetry plane that you can select for any kind of object that you're working on. And we are aware of this issue and we're working on it, and I promise you guys it's going to be fine. But right now, if you start sculpting and for example you're creating a head, then what I usually do is I'm just gonna create a head quickly. Just carve out the eye sockets. I have to pay attention for it not to crisscross between the symmetry planes, because then it's going to create a hole in it. I can fill up holes later on with the close holes command. Oh, it's not, because it's actually not a hole, because this is a manifold object right now, but I can just mask it out. Oops, I don't want it here. I only want it there. Yep. Nope, a little bit more here. I can just mask it out. Delete the mask topology. And now I can close it up. Yep. Because you can use close holes only if the object is not manifold. So I can just smooth this down. This is going to be my eye socket. And if I want to give eyes to it, then I will just stamp one eye down. This is usually what I do. I don't like how this looks, but I'm just gonna quickly move it around like this. Yep. And the easiest way for me to put this on the other side as well is to select one of the eyes, go into the context menu, and I can get to the transpose tab only if I'm in scene mode. If I go to edit mode by pulling the left thumbstick down, then it's you can see it also writes it, so it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, you have to go to scene mode by pushing the left thumbstick up, and one of the eyes is selected, and here you can select the axis you want to mirror it on. I'm just going to select my previous sculpt, the head, and I will select its X symmetry plane, because that was the symmetry plane I was working on previously. And if I apply, you can see that the eye appeared on the other side too. On the other hand, if I use clone and mirror, it's probably going to be a separate object. If you use mirror and weld, then, well, you can separate the two eyes later on. So let me just quickly show you guys. So I choose mirror and weld on the x-axis like this. I apply, and this is like one object now. But if I go to the poly transforms tab, there is a separate continuous meshes command, and you can choose how many objects you want to separate it into. But if I choose I want the two of this, then it's going to separate it. Now, You can't, you cannot do this if you bring it closer and it intersects with the symmetry plane and you press apply. Then you probably would think, oh my god, it didn't do anything, it deleted my mesh. Well, no, because it's here. But the thing is that it always counts the right side of your symmetry plane if it intersects with it. So for that reason, you would probably have to put it like right here to your desired place. And even after if it intersects, then it's going to put it to the other place too. But if you use this, then you cannot really separate the manifold anymore because it's manifold object. So if I look into it, oh, is it? Oh, it's not. I'm messing up. Let's see. Oh no, yeah, I'm right. Okay. You can't separate it anymore. It's gonna be one. It's united. And I can just smooth it out. Yep. Maybe it's just, it doesn't seem that far. That's why I was confused for a minute. But yeah, I'm just gonna go back. I moved it a lot, haven't I? Okay, maybe like this. Just gonna put it somewhere else. Obviously, if you shoot up in the air, you're gonna select everything that you have. That's how I usually move my scene around. But yeah, I'm just gonna transform it to the other side. Oh, oops. So yeah, you would probably be wondering like how can you move this, for example, when you have a body, but you haven't thought about whether the body is on the same symmetry plane or not. Well, let's just see how that goes. I'm just gonna create a body into space without considering if it's on the right symmetry. Hitting the mic's mute button, I guess that's a sign. So yeah. I think this is going to be good. I'm just gonna put it approximately where I would want it to be. But still, if I see this symmetry plane, it's not going to be aligned with the head. Well, really what you can do right now is to place it, just eyeball it approximately where it should be, and do the same thing as you did before. You just select the symmetry plane of the head and mirror and weld this, and after that it's going to be it's going to have the same exact X symmetry plane. Sometimes if you undo stuff like this, then and you already had the sculpture on it or something like that, it's not going to undo it. Well, it's going to misplace it. But if you ever if this is an occurrence, then you should just redo these steps and it's going to be on the same plane. I know that you can lose sculpting by this. You can lose details and stuff like that, but honestly, it was always working just fine for me, and we are coming out with a solution for this. But yeah, so as I started this, maybe I'm just going to do a fairy. Maybe I'm just going to open up the one I had previously. So many stuff here. I'm working a lot with this. Hopefully this is right. Yeah, so right now you can see what I was working on. And because the pictures are not at the right place, I can also show you how to replace those. if you click images, it selects all the images and I can move them around in space. This is really handy. I can also make all of them bigger or smaller at once. If I just click images here, it selects all of them. So yeah, I'm gonna bring them like here. You can see that I was working on a boxer. And if I just want to select all of my models, then I'm just going to click into thin air. And here we go, look at it, how lovely it is. Okay, so my concept for this was so first of all, I was thinking about spring stuff, and I don't know, I really wanted to do a meadow, but also I just seen some videos of boxers recently, and I really love those dogs, amazing dogs. And I was thinking of some fairy stuff, you know, because of the meadow. And first I thought about a dog with like wings, but after I got to sculpting, I just figured, why not make a dog, which has seen a fairy, and get surprised by it, but obviously it really cannot tell anybody because, you know, he's a dog. So this is my process during this. But just some quick explanation on how I did this. First I made a symmetrical mesh, and both of the legs were standing in this position. So after that, when I was finished with the basic sculpting, I was pleased with how the mesh looked. See, if you want a more dynamic model, you shouldn't always create only symmetrical stuff. So that's why I moved one of its legs up. And I did that. If I just click on it, I select the move tool, I bring fall off down, then you can see how it's going to, oops. Also you can prevent this, see what I'm doing right now? It touches both of the legs, but I only want to move the one that's closer to me. You can touch that. If you press connected only, then it's going to highlight with, oh, and also symmetry is turned on. It's going to highlight which part it's going to modify. So see, both of the legs are inside my cursor, but more of the one that's closer to me is inside. So that's why it's turning a little bit light blue, and I can modify only that one. But yeah, I can like bring it more upwards, and if I did that, I can just smooth things down around it, like this. And it's more up. You can see the difference if I go back. It's very easy to do this. You can also just turn the head around like this. Oh, it's going to look pretty weird like this, but you can join it to the... Oh, I can also show you this one because this is also very interesting. I can select the body and the eyes. I want to select the other eye as well and join them, and I can move these around together. But if later on I want to modify them separately, I'm just going to go into the context menu and press, this is free, yep, it's free. Press on the separate command and it's separate now. Easy as that. Hey Fumbledore, yes, we are answering questions. Right now I'm just showing what I usually do inside of Shapelab, and after that maybe I'm just going to get rid of the headset for a bit and answer it there. But if you want to see something be done in Shapelab, you can, obviously you guys can just put it into the chat. I can see what you're writing. It's very tricky. I can see you guys, but you cannot see that I see you. I don't know. It's a smart solution. I was working on it so much. Yeah. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna show you guys. Oh, the flowers, yeah. No, I wanted to, yeah. First I'm gonna talk about the ground. So you see this huge mesh intersecting each other. I can get rid of this one. Yep, like this. And if I'm making a scene, for example, for an artwork, I like to add a floor for it, because you have to think about the dynamics, the composition all the times, and usually I think about views that would make great renders, and if I have a floor, then it's much more easier to model it in a way that I have so much less work in Blender later on, because there is no render engine inside of Shapelab, so I must hop into Blender to make like a pretty render. Or, you know, if you want to use it for a game in Unity, then you don't have to worry about composition, but for pretty renders you do have to. So I just add the floor, and then I can set up everything the way I want to. But after that, when I'm done, I usually just add a ground that's a bit more dynamic as well, because I can add color to this too. I can make it with emission if I want to, but I don't want that right now. So it resembles meadow even more, you know, green grounds with grass on. But right now I want the flowers to be more apparent, so I'm not going to paint the ground just yet. So you can see all these flowers. The way I did that is, well, for example, I just had the middle of the flower. I don't know flower parts in English, I'm sorry. And I don't even have a dictionary opened up right now, so you just have to go with me. The middle of the flower. And I can use two symmetry planes to modify this, because I think, oops, fall off it down. But so yeah, it's probably it doesn't, a flower doesn't only have one symmetry to it, one symmetry plane. It's not only symmetrical on one plane, you know what I mean. And after this I add some leaves to it, or petals. It's called a petal. I'm so clever. Maybe, yep. Petal is going to be very thin, just like this. And maybe, oops, I have some messages. Okay, got rid of it. Maybe I'm even going to give to like this. I'm so used to switching with the by pressing this down twice that it's much more easier for me to just go like this. Yep. And as you can see, if I press the context menu, it brings it off if it's like here. But if I press it like here, it's going to push a little bit. Can you see that? It's because we made it, if it intersects any kind of object, it's going to go until it moves so much that it doesn't intersect everything. But you can just grab it and bring it closer. So that's also an important thing to know, because probably you would be wondering, why the hell is it so far down there? You just don't realize that you can just grab it. There is some stuff that took me a while to understand, but I don't think anything surprises me right now. I know everything about this app. No, I probably don't know everything, but I probably know less than I would think. Yep. Nope. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to clone it and place it down like this. So the flower is done. I just have to join them together to move them. And if they are joined and not merged, how is the other one called? Unioned. I don't think that's a verb. Then you can smooth them down, and it's going to modify them together but still separately, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm just gonna turn this off. You can see that they're still together but still separate, you know? I think I want to give this, what color should this be? Maybe like this deeper purple? I don't know. We already have purple, but I'm boring like that. Or maybe it could be red. Nothing is really red. Yep. I'm sorry, I will be paying attention to the questions just a second. I'm so into the process right now. Something like this. And I will just give this is the most powerful thing about Shapelab, that you can make things as small as you want or as big as you want them to be. But you can just, oops, nope. Grab it. Oh wait. I'm going to, if I use fall off like this, it's going to mess with the topology a little bit, but I can easily deal with that if I use the regularized tool, and it's going to have an even topology after that throughout the whole mesh. And you can see if I use the smooth tool here, it's too strong right now, but no worries, I can tune all of these settings, bring up the resolution, bring down the strength, and it's going to be nicer. And I'm going to do what I did before again, because the thing that's holding the head of a flower, I don't know how is it called, but it's very skinny, it's very lean, very thin, so I would have to, yep. Yes, and I can just make it as small as I want and put it at the end of the flower. And just once again, because I think it's taller. Oops. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Okay. I am also going to join it. And it's ready to be placed. Here you go, another flower. Okay, so back to the questions. Horizon lock. No, we also discussed this to have like the same origin to be back to by just the press of a button, but we are still thinking about ways to implement this. We are probably going to implement it together with the transforms like the gizmos and yeah, but we just have to we just need a bit more time. Okay, losing track of gravity direction. Oh, yeah, okay, same, yeah. Similar to Easter's. Where you can pose and model. For posing, you would need rigging. We are not, we're probably not going that way as we are focusing on sculpture and modeling, and rigging is part of animation, and we're not really, it's not in our perspective yet. We have so much things to go through with that are that have a bit more priority now, that rigging it is not in our scope, unfortunately. But we are going to implement more features into Shapelab, or we are planning on it. At least I can say that we are planning on it. For you guys to be able to clean your sculpt up in a way for it to be easy to be rigged inside of another software. So yeah. Back to modeling. I usually forget how bad I am in multitasking. Some other people probably can speak and do things all at once. I usually really can't. Oh, it's not selected. See what I did now? I was... the dog was selected. I tried to fill up this and nothing happened. But if I look there, my dog is messed up. My dog's paint is messed up. It's because it's not the flower that's selected. Ooh, it's too dark. Simple extrude, bevel instance modifier in the future. Well, probably we are thinking, as I said previously, we are thinking of implementing like the most basic features, like transforms into Shapelab, gizmos, and numerics as well. So with that, it would be, I think, much simpler to use those kind of features to like extrude, for example. It's just the thing is that we have the collab with BoroCG. He's such a nice guy and his video is amazing. He's just amazing. And a lot of people viewed that video, so we have some great exposure now. And we are so thankful for all the new people joining us right now. It's so amazing to see how many people are interested in Shapelab, and we have some nice feedback. But also we're just trying to keep up with all of the requests and stuff like that. And we love Shapelab, so we really want to make the software the most useful and fun experience for you guys. So what do I want to do next? Oh yeah, right. I'm lazy, so I don't want to clone the flowers one by one, or like the grass. And you can see there is multiple spikes of grass right now joined together already. But I can even go as far as joining all of these together. Boom, join. Boom, another one. Boom, another one. I know you need steady hands for this, but you can also just make it bigger. join. Well, if you go there, why not go all the way? If you see any kind of flickering, that's probably because I'm working with so many objects at once and, you know, joining these objects together. And that weighs heavy on my GPU. But whatever, technology is advancing, so probably in the future we won't have problem with this either. Oops, sorry. If you guys hear any kind of bumping the microphone, I am just as much suffering as you because it's plugged into my ears, so I'm sorry. At least we're all in this together. But with joining all of this, I can quickly fill up all of the stuff here. So, yep. I'll be needing a minute. Woof. So crazy to be in there like 3 or 4 hours straight up. Okay. Let's see if anything happened in the chat. Okay, we have 15 minutes left, or a little bit more than 15 minutes. But if you guys have any kind of questions right now, we can go ahead and answer that. Maybe I'm just gonna hop into Shapelab a little bit more and start the ferry, because it's not where I want it to be, and maybe I can work on that a little bit, or I can answer your questions, or both, or neither. I don't know, guys, what you want, but we can do this. Also, we can do this more frequently as we have a great setup now. New stuff are coming as well, so probably the sound is going to be even better. Also, we are going to come out with new tutorials as well. If you haven't seen it previously, I really recommend you guys watching all of the tutorials on YouTube, because we put a lot of work in them, and I think they probably cover the basics really well. Also, I've seen on Discord one person recreating the chameleon tutorial, and it was awesome. So you can just follow those speed sculpts too if you want to. How many people are working on Shapelab? Probably like 5 or 6 people continuously working on Shapelab. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot. But yeah, 3 of us on content and community, and a lot of other things too, like testing. I think this is what small teams usually do with developing apps, that everybody does a little bit of everything, you know. I was the one doing the Discord server, so if you guys have any problem with that, you should come to me. I don't know, maybe we should... Also, I would be so interested if you guys want any kind of challenges on Discord. So, thanks. We are putting a lot of hard work into it. It's really a passion project. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna hop back into Shapelab for just a little bit more. Is it working? Yep, awesome. I'm just going to check if the mic is at the right place. Maybe you'll hear me better like this. Oops, sorry. Oh, it's max, okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some fairy business. This is what I did so far, but I'm not very pleased with it. I like the shape of the wings, but I don't like the shape of the head. It just doesn't look anything fairy to me at all. But also I remember that I put more emotion into this, but it's just kind of dull. I don't even know what I want to do with it for it to look a bit better, but maybe I can just get rid of I don't know. I'm just gonna put a little bit more here. Whoops. I was actually, the hole is appearing because I was actually testing our new build, and this is important from there. But easily fixable. Just close it up. Okay. Some people also said that they have holes on the mesh. That also can happen when you like have a really messed up topology and then you separate something, you know, because these are vertices. Oh, sorry. So I can, with the move tool, I can easily just intersect them, and it's going to look like weird. But it's not the holes, it's just intersection that's causing this. And you can probably get rid of the intersection if you if you use the voxel remesh. I don't know, maybe this is going to be a good resolution. Oh no, this is not enough. Maybe this. Yep, just like this. So it's not inside out anymore. And also when it's inside out like this, I'm gonna turn wireframe off. You could think that it's not it has a hole in it if you have no backface rendering. Wait a second, I'm just mixing things up in my head probably. But no, you can see if it. You can see if you grab it like this. No. Just forget what I said. I don't know what I was about to say. It's whatever. I'm just gonna go back until it's finished. Okay. So what should we do? Maybe I'm just going to put some more details on the clothes. I wanted to make it similar to a dragonfly's wings. Do you still call it wings when it's about insects? Or is it something else? I'm not sure. But I was just giving details like that. Oops. I also noted this in the previous live stream that the thing about VR modeling Shapelab that's awesome is it does matter how you put your 3D cursor on the surface of the mesh. So if I put it like this, then it's going to be a square. But if I put it like this, it's going to be a triangle. I know it probably sounds a little bit like evident, but if you realize this and start implementing this, it does make a big difference in your sculpting. because when I started sculpting, I was sculpting like a cat or something, and when I practiced building up its fur, because I got to use the clay tool in a shape, in a kind of form that really resembles a stroke of fur. And you can also like build this up, if you know what I mean. And since that, I use this in multiple ways. I think it's just a question of practice. I usually don't even have to think about what I want to do. It just comes to me very easily because I used it so much. I'm really waiting for the moment for them to come out with a hardware that's not so bad for your eyes. It would be awesome, because no matter what you do, we are still going to be bad for your eyes. And I want to spend 16 hours in here, okay? Don't interrupt me. Maybe I can also invert it. Oops. You can also use the flatten brush. I'm stepping on a cable right now. Too close. The mic is too close. I'm going to hit it again. Is there a way to rotate brushes with the controller input other than hand movement? Right now, no. But I've seen all the requests and we are aware of this as well. I am always the one who talks with the team about. Well, I'm not the only one, obviously. Dorka is also. There are two Dorkas. We are the ones who communicate with. We are the connection between the development team and you guys, and we are forwarding all of these and never letting go of it. So we are aware of the need for brush rotation. It's just so hard because we know that there are so many awesome features, but we just need, as a small team, we just need some time for to catch up with all of this. And there's always the possibility when coming out with a new feature that some people are going to be happy and some people would just say, yes, but this is not where I wanted. We know, we are so sorry. We're trying, and eventually everything is going to be inside. Hopefully, if everything goes well. Also, if I'm doing clothes, I usually use the pinch tool together with the trim tool to make like sharp turns. Oops. Maybe we could put some diamond in here. That would be awesome. Because like almost like a heart-shaped diamond. See, now I'm putting another object in here, and just to make sure that it's on the same symmetry plane, I am going to repeat what's needed to be repeated. So I'm just going to go inside, here in C mode. Don't forget about that. I do forget about that sometimes. And yep. Did I do it? Yep. Okay. And now it has the same symmetry plane. And oh, fall off. Just going to give it a little crystal. It's going to be so nice. We need a heart shape immediately. Okay. Good for now. And I can just give it a little emission. And I can make it hot pink. This is not hot pink. This is. Hey, no. Oh, no, emission. Yes. And I can also enhance the look of this if I paint like some edges. Oh well, I'm not sure about this one. It doesn't look the way I wanted it, but not the worst, not the best. Maybe just once again. Oops. Something like this. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm done for now. Oof. Back to reality. Okay. So as there's sorry. As there's 2 minutes left, if you guys have any kind of question, I'm super thrilled to answer it in the last 2 minutes. I see that the Discord invite link is not working for someone. I'm just gonna copy it to the live. Just a second. Try this one. I hope it's going to work. Okay, so this is our second live stream. I really do hope you guys had some fun, or maybe seen some things that are new to you. And we're definitely going to come out with more live streams and also tutorials in the future. Join our Discord server, because I think there's a buzz in there, and it's going to continue. We're just going to try to answer every kind of question you have. Also, if you experience any kind of problems, you can reach out to us there. Yeah, and see you guys in the next one. If we haven't talked until then have a nice weekend. And yep, bye bye.